bet.
After the other day, he certainly
Oh,
doesn't have
wow, look at this. What a time to find kings in the big blind.
6,400,000.
There you go then. We'll do a bit of acting here.
What's that flag?
Portuguese.
Oh, of course it is, yeah.
38.
Across the Iberian Peninsula. Come join us. And his reward is a pair of kings in the big blind. And wow, he has made a small raise over the top. Perhaps trying to leave them a tiny bit of doubt in their minds that he might fold to a jam, but I don't know if Sam will fall for this one. Anton quickly folded his ace-queen of diamonds. And he would have had a been an interesting spot between him and Sam. Obviously, he could have called that hand and played a three-bet pot in position. But now it's Sam in the difficult spot with pocket tens. Having 3-bet from the small blind. Well, it looks like he's going to use one of those time chips. Well, he's moved all in. He has moved all in. Diego will
all
snap
I had
full.
to do was wait another 5 seconds.
Yeah, you were so close to getting through that hand. Just as you say you think he's going to fold, he moves all in. Well,
Yeah, I'm over.
wow. You can see Sam scratching his head. He fell for this trick.
That might explain where the hair went.
It was a small 4-bet.
Do you know that? Like how much he covers you with? All his time.
And as I say, they're getting count, but it's 72 million in the chips in the pot. Sam does have slightly more, and the queen 9-7 flop, no good. And in fact, Diego picks up the only spade draw in this pot. So Sam will need to avoid a spade turn for extra sweat. Well, he does maintain 2 live outs going into the river. Greenwood, our 50k Super High Roller champion. Risk of going very short here, and the 8 of hearts changes nothing. So as you see, Sam will be left with just 2.9 million in chips. But as we know, he had a big blind the other day and won a tournament. Here he has, well, nearly 5 big blinds, Borg. So easy game for him.
Oh yeah. He's got to just drop a few chips on the floor and he's in business. I know I mentioned it the other day, but we had the runner-up in the Irish Open. God, I think maybe 170,000 he was in off the central.
That's right, you said, yeah. That's pretty incredible spin up that 1 cent to, well, 6-figure score.
It's fantastic, isn't it? It's all a question of knowing which is the right cent, I suppose. Wow, this could be a bit of a pot. Pair in the straight draw against the nut flush draw.
Well, check on the turn, and well, Jack has allowed Iman to overtake him here, proving to a pair of aces on the river. And well, that's the worst card Jack could see, isn't it, when his opponents come in from under the gun.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be losing any more chips here.
Well, here comes the value bet from the pair of aces. 4.2 million the bet.
Wow, that's a dirty bet to be looking at when you've only got 13 million, and you know the other guy can afford to bluff you.
A decision. Wow! He's check raised all in, Porog. Look at this.
Oh wow!
Look at this. It's one way to play the hand. He does, of course, have a 10 blocking straights. And he just knows his opponent well. likely to be betting this hand either as a bluff, in which case he'll win the pot doing this, or with just one pair.
That's ballsy, I'll give him that.
What a play this is. 9 million more. What an incredible move. Turning his jack into potentially the winning hand, but will Armand figure this one out?
Who would do that?
I love it. He's checked the turn with the best hand and the draw.
Wow, and it works.
Wow, don't try this at home, folks.
Fantastic play there from Jack Salter. Just got to jump back on the horse though. And, well, Hong will eventually fold this 4-5. Pace of play.
And that's why we have the
Yeah, the shot clock.
the shot clock to help these guys fold a little bit quicker.
Like 90, right?
I don't mind when people take a bit of time to decide how they're going to play a hand, or they want to slow down and make it look like maybe when they call they were thinking about free betting. But when you know you're folding the 4-5, we can just kick it in, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure. But maybe he's actually thinking sometimes.
it's true, of course. I did see him earlier run a couple of crazy bluffs. So he is obviously always thinking about making a move, but can't be every hand. And well, Adam's been outflopped by the chip leader here. Does have backdoor hearts though.
In general, you can jump on 2 horses here, just bet this hand, this board with your whole range, or be sort of careful because the big blind just has more 2 pairs than you have. Because especially nowadays, people just defend the big blind with anything suited.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of 2 pairs you can't help. But on the other hand, you have like way more over pairs, way more strong value hands. So it's a matter of preference if you want to bet a lot on this flop or check a lot of your hands.
I think from what I've seen so far of Adam today, he's definitely one of the guys who prefers this higher c-bet frequency. Well,
13.
well, look at this.
13.
Pascal
Wow.
check raising with his bottom pair.
Did he say 13?
He did indeed.
That's big as well. It's an interesting hand to check raise.
Yeah. I mean, candidate obviously most people would look to call with. I guess
Yeah.
the bottom pair is so vulnerable, and exactly what you just said. He obviously has way more 2-pair combos than Adam, and obviously I think when his size is this big, he's setting up for multiple streets here. And look at this, Adam having none of it. He calls with the worst hand. He's correctly deduced that Pascal's bluffing, but he's still got the worst hand. And he'll obviously look to bluff some turns. Oh, this is incredible. It's good to see if Pascal now continues this line.
Yeah.
Obviously, 8 not a great card because one of the 7s Adam can have is 7-8, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Pascal does have the ace of clubs though, so if he has been floated perhaps by 2 overs.
It's not the one with flush draws.
Exactly. So, well, he does decide to check. Is that just to give up?
Seems most sensible to just check it, give up. I don't know how wide he expects Adam to float here. Apparently Adam is quite wide, but
Well, the funny thing is Adam going to bet here? I mean, you're beating all the bluffs.
Yeah,
It turns out he's not beating all the bluffs because well,
It
I'm surprised to see him bet here.
me too. He goes really small though, so it might be that he just wants to price out all the bluffs.
Right.
Because they
Some of the
still
bluffs
have
are like 4-6 or something, 4-5.
Yeah, or like 10-9 of diamonds that he decided to check raise, which he's not going to fold now, but like something with 2 overcards, which
Right.
like any
Just a
2 cards
random-
has a lot of equity against a6.
Right. And when the pot's already up to 35 million at this stage of the tournament, you're just
Yeah.
happy to take that down.
And he probably expects to Pascal either have a hand he's like for sure check calling or for sure check folding, and then you can take a small size because he's either folding or calling.
Well, look at this. Pascal check calls with the bottom pair. Somehow we have 56 million chips in the pot here. And, well, the river a 7. And again, that's again a card that favours Adam more, right? Pascal's check raising and check calling. Does he have
He
many
could-
7s?
He could like check raise king or a7 because it's a hand that wants protection and you also get value from every 7. Although when Adam opens from the hijack, he doesn't have that many 7s. So I think if Adam was on the button, Pascal would have more 7s in this spot that he would check raise.
So Adam then with an interesting spot here. You see, he would have expected Pascal. He expected Pascal was obviously bluffing when he floats the flop, but does he think there's any hands that he thinks Pascal has check raised for value on the flop that will now fold this river?
To be honest, this hand is really weird.
This is crazy. I'm with you.
I don't know what these guys are actually thinking about.
I am with you. Adam's hand figures to be all the bluffs. As it happens, it doesn't in this instance.
Yeah.
So now it's a question of, can you make some sort of flop value hand check raise fold on this river?
I think when you bet turn, it makes sense to bet the river. Well, you're not beating any of the bluffs anymore when he check calls turn.
Yeah.
So you're not winning at showdown too often here.
Which is it?
And he bets 19 million. But I just don't understand what hand he's trying to make fold here.
Yeah, me neither. It does. Well,
As it happens, it's about this hand.
so yeah, I really don't know what his hand is.
Is Adam trying to say what he's got? Like
Adam is saying
kings or
I have
queens?
overpair.
Yeah, but
Like any overpair you can bet on this river because there's not that many two pair combos left. And yeah,
then what's he hoping to get called by?
by a random 8. A random,
That's about it though, right?
yeah.
Some random 8.
Everything in this hand is kind of random, so
Yeah.
it's really tough to say like he wants to get called by this or this or this because this is not a hand that would usually go this way.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like. Well, it's interesting to watch this hand, but I'm with you. I'm finding it hard to actually understand what's going on here, and he does call with ace deuce.
That's so sick.
And wow, what a call from Pascal, up to 244 million chips. Well, which of these will bust out tonight, if any, before we get this final 8? We'll battle out tomorrow.
It is a very international table.
As you would expect in all Partypoker Millions live events. A lot of qualifiers, a lot of pros traveling from all over Europe and further afield to these events. Yeah, of course, you see Pascal's little Canadian flag. That's where we're going to next for Partypoker Millions. Season 2, Event 1, starting next weekend. A few days off for you guys at home, and you have to listen to me all again for another couple of weeks.
Just want to say Adam in a pretty weird spot here. And that's because of ICMs, he's gonna start jamming hands he would normally raise call, which means you can have less hands you want to raise fold now.
Right.
Where check jam would normally be a hand you would open. Dominic can just jam in small blind because the big blind doesn't have a big stack either, which is going to be really awkward for you to play. So you're going to have to raise way more of the hands, way less of the hands you're going to raise fold.
Yeah, so
Because you're
obviously he's going to be open ripping hands like ace king like we saw before.
Yeah.
Well, look at this. Dom makes it 7 million from the small, and Hongling calls in the big blind.
And this is purely just putting pressure on the shorter stack.
Well, queen, jack, deuce. Dom with top pair, Hongling with second pair. This could spell a lot of trouble for the Aussie. When Dom checks it, Hongling, you would hope would check this back, I guess. You just want to try and get these kind of hands to showdown at this stage.
You're not going to get value by many hands.
Well, he's going to bet 10 million. Wow, with only 25 million back.
Just want to say it's pretty awkward for Dominic to play as well. He's not going to fold. Is he just going to call?
Does he just jam, or does he...
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about as well.
I feel that he just has to jam here, right?
The problem is if we don't think he's going to bet a jack, then he's going to have a queen, which is usually going to be better than Dominic's.
Well,
or a flush draw.
He's seen a safe turn card as a 3. Dom will check it, and Hongling has 25 million back now, 36 in the pot. Well, could this 9-hander play be over quickly? He does jam. Like you say, Dom's not liking it.
Yeah. Dom is thinking it's either 2-pair, flush draw, or...
He's going to be shocked to see a jack.
Yeah.
But he's got a queen. It's blind on blind. He will know Hong Ling is kind of on the crazy side. Must have played with him at some point in this tournament. If not, you'd have heard stuff.
The good news for him is there's a bunch of hands that would jam here as a bluff. Randomly stepped spades that become a flush draw now.
Right.
Now 10-9, 10-8, maybe king 10, king 9.
Oh, he went for a chip, and he is going to call. So is Hong Ling at risk of elimination here? Our 9-handed final table. Could this be the end of the night? All depends whether the German can make his queen hold up. Wow, Hong Ling had a torturous last couple of hours. And there may be some spilt milk here. 7 of spades on the river, and it is Hong Ling out. And as quick as that, we are down to that final table of 8. Hong Ling, very unfortunate there. But 150,000 euros for his efforts. His biggest cash to date. And well, quite an accomplishment in such a tough tournament, Sander. I mean, we saw the field today. It's been pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, just the best of the world are here.
Just the best of the best. That's a good way of putting it. And well,